That is the thing that hurts the husband the most. We give you the safe, happy life you want while offering the dirty sex you crave, but you are the ones refusing. You could have been having hot, dirty sex with your husband the whole time, but you are the reason it is boring. Husband asked for the kinky shit and you refused, then gave it to another. That knowledge is the main reason a wife cheating on the husband ends in divorce. If you don't want to be bored, then be your husband's hot, dirty slut. You'll both be happier.
Women give their sexual best to the men they have genuine physical desire for, and women can be way dirtier than most men think. Try reading one of those spicy romantic novels many women enjoy, if you don't believe me. They will sleep with many of these men in their prime, and have wild sexual experiences with them. If they fail to marry one of those guys by the time they're around 30, then they look to settle for a guy she lacks genuine sexual desire for, but is economically attractive. She will never give that guy her sexual best, and will likely cheat on that guy and divorce him as soon as it's beneficial. She will do things with the men she cheats with that she would never do for her husband, because those are the men she has sexual desire for. But those men would never commit to her, because they're the same men most women sexually desire, and they are having fun in life exercising their many options. Men should be very cautious about committing to a woman at that age with long sexual histories, and be suspicious of their motives. This is why a woman's body count from her teens and 20s matters. You do not want to be the guy a woman settles for when she is suddenly in a rush because of increasing age, after she has slept around with the many men she sexually desired. You will be in for a miserable marriage where you are never truly loved, will be used for your money, will face betrayal and disrespect, and she will never be as sexually open as she was with men from her past. You will get the bare minimum from her physically. It's a shitty thing women do for their own self-interest, and completely unfair to the man. In a fair world, the man willing to put a ring on her finger, support her and treat her with the respect like the men in her past wouldn't, would be the man the woman gives her best to. But that isn't how it works. The woman will spend the marriage resenting you because she believed she deserved better. She will have the attitude that you are lucky she is with you. If a woman has genuine desire for you, it is unmistakable. She will be sexually open and always be affectionate with you. She will respond to your texts and return you phone calls in a timely manner. She will not flake out on dates. She will want to spend a lot of time with you. She will not be talking to other men. If that desire isn't there, do not marry that woman.
I think that everything is both simpler and more complicated at the same time. The point is that modern society believes that within the framework of a modern marriage you can, if you try very hard, constantly work on the relationship, blow each other's ass and all that, achieve marital harmony and die in one day. To create such a self-sufficient unit, in which all the needs of both spouses will be satisfied. It's all bullshit. It's impossible because of human nature itself. Because we constantly want what we don't have. See, when you have someone, you want to be free. When you are single and free as the prairie wind, you conversely want to put on the yoke of a relationship. It's the same with sex. Especially with dirty sex. One and the same woman can't be a mistress in the kitchen and a beauty in the guest room and a lover in bed. Somewhere she will be understretched, and even if it will be everywhere on top, all the same, no matter how beautiful she was not, you will want novelty. It's the same with women, whatever they claim. Especially when they get older and begin to realize that no matter what they have a spouse, all he cannot give, and begins. For many, it all just stays in their heads without ever being realized. For others, it may be some even they themselves do not realize the itch that can cause an explosion, if the opportunity arises. And, the third, realizing that they do not get something from their husbands, begin to look for it on the side. The downside of marriage. It's either accept it or don't get married. Or just don't challenge these thoughts.
most women want to marry a man who is a provider and can give her a safe, comfortable home. A good husband likely provides her with this. However, her biology craves the guys she is cheating with, and will turn herself loose in order to please them, often doing things with them she refuses to do with her husband. It's that simple. The safe, reliable husband is often not the man. They are the provider. She settled for the provider, but craves, and continues to bang the Chads and Tyrones. If this describes your situation and you have no children, leave her, as she's for the streets.
I used to work in the patch. It was commonly said that, when you returned from your stint, you had to hope that you had not lost your wife, merely your turn.
I'm not known for subtlety, I'm blunt, often controversial, and speak in a straightforward manner. If you get offended easily, don't continue reading. Look, there's no sugarcoating here. Cheating is a complex beast and it's dirty business. Why do some wives go for the nasty things with someone else, but not with the man they said "I do" to? It's about excitement, the thrill of the forbidden. Humans crave novelty, and when the marriage turns into a routine with the sparks gone, they start seeking novelty elsewhere. Is it brutal? Yes. But it happens, and it's a symptom of larger issues. Many people, not just women, chase the dopamine hit from new romance, the adrenaline of sneaking around. They're looking for something, a wild side that they think they can't bring home because it doesn't line up with their image of marriage. They've got this twisted idea that you can't be both nurturing and wild, tender and scandalously exciting, with the same person. That doesn't excuse it, but that's the psychology. And let's be real, sometimes it's about feeling desired. If you're not making your woman feel wanted, if you're not paying attention, somebody else might. That's not to put all the blame on the guy, because at the end of the day, cheating is a choice. But it takes two to tango, and it takes two to let a marriage get so stale that this seems like the answer. According to Slay Motivation on Celebrity VIP social network, people like to pretend marriage is a fairy tale with no dark chapters. Well, wake up! Relationships are work, and if you stop working, stop communicating, stop bringing that fire, things fall apart. It's ugly, but it's life. Am I saying it's justified? Absolutely not. Cheating is betrayal, plain and simple. But if you're asking why it happens, you've got to look at the whole picture, the human need for excitement, feeling wanted, and the marital stagnation that can drive a person to break vows. It's not about condoning it, it's about understanding it so you can guard against it. Now, for the husbands out there, it's a call to arms. Recognize the game. Keep the passion alive. That doesn't mean outrageous stunts every day, but it does mean paying attention, keeping things fresh, and being the kind of man she doesn't want to stray from. You control only your actions, not hers. Make sure you are playing your A game. Marriage isn't the end of growth or excitement. It's a commitment to evolving together, keeping the flame burning bright. When you slack, the consequences can be severe. And if you find yourself in this mess, it's time to reassess everything, your relationship, yourself, and where you go from here. Remember, fellow lions, life's a battle and love is the war. Equip yourself, fight smart, fight hard, and fight to win.
Because they're evil black widows. Any man can avoid the pitfalls of marriage by simply not getting married. It's not meant for everyone, especially with everything working against his side. I used to be a starry-eyed boy and wanted to make a future woman very happy and just live a happy life with her. Then, I got a little older, gained clarity, experienced more and realized something like that was more akin to a fairy tale, instead of what really happens. I used to think, she's married, you don't have a chance, bud. But, that's obviously not true. I have a relative that has a string of failed marriages. My previous brother-in-law is a good man.
My relative now has his home and told him to pay her more money out of pocket on the spot in addition to her being the one to initiate the divorce. She comes crying to me and more often, my mother, and claims all the time, I just want a man to love me. She's middle-aged and not doing much with herself. The irony of her statement is that some of the guys she chooses are blatantly terrible people. One of them even knocked her up when she was funneling money from her parents to fund her parties and hotel stays while under the guise of going to university, while the good men in her life she quickly got bored with, so she just packed her bags, took their stuff and continues the vicious cycle.